Hello, my name is Simon Bielman. I am the lead developer for Harmonia Tactics, a game we've been working on for about 2 to 3 years. Ever since I was a kid, I've been a huge fan of tactical RPGs like the old Shining Force series for the Sega Genesis or Final Fantasy Tactics, and I've also been a huge fan of online games and roguelike games like NetHack and Diablo and games in that vein. Really, Harmonia Tactics is sort of my dream game. It's a combination of all three of those. You have an army and you can go around and fight against other large armies controlled by the computer, or play online versus other players and really have your army clash against theirs. You can play it single player, but at its core it's a game where you will build up an army of 4 characters or so, and you'll have to team up with big groups of other people to take on some of the toughest content of the game. So what we're making is not the sort of game where you're just going to have a single character or a core of characters that you're building up for months or years or however long, but rather the game where you sit down and you play 3 to 5 hours with new characters, you bring them up, and by the time you get them to the top, you've already seen a lot of the content, and then you can log on some other time and play it again and it's still fresh and new. One thing we're doing that we're really excited about is that each character is going to have their own little account, be it online on whatever server you enjoy to play on, or on your own computer if you're playing single player. And on that account it's going to have every single character that you've ever recruited throughout the entire game ever. Every time you start a new game, you'll be able to pick your favorite characters or choose a really weird party like a bunch of useless priests that there's no way you could possibly beat the game with, but it sounds like fun. You could do an entire playthrough with dragons or monsters or anything else that you come across. So for months now we've been working on the storyline to Harmonia Tactics, and we're really excited about it. You play in a world that has known nothing but peace for countless ages. This alien force called the Dissonance is changing peaceful creatures across the world into these horrible monsters, and it's turning the rulers of all the kingdoms across the land into these horrible demons and corrupting everyone and everything in its path. And basically the whole world is ignited in civil war. And what you as a player have to do is build an army and gain strength and make sure you can fight these forces back and team together with everyone else in the world and liberate all of the kingdoms that have fallen to the Dissonance and make the world a peaceful place again. You will take your team and wander across the world, and you'll find various kingdoms that could be under the good forces' control, that could be under enemy control, or somewhere in between. Your job is to make sure you fight in order to get to the heart of the kingdom and push forward into the throne room and take on the big final epic boss. Your reward for liberating a kingdom is a brand new set of characters that you can use for the next time you play, and new abilities and new equipment, and basically we're gearing everything towards making each victory make the next time you play the game that much better. It's all very exciting for us because these are all new ideas that we've never seen in any other games before, so it's going to be really interesting to see how it plays out. We already have 3 mods in the game. One is Tower War, which is a very standard red versus blue kind of game. We developed this as a good way to experiment with player versus player combat, make sure all of the classes we had were balanced, and really polish our combat gameplay. The next mod we have is called Battle Arena, and that was a test of a lot of our RPG style elements like leveling up and getting equipment, gaining characters on your team. With so much of the game already finished and everything all planned out, why are we here on Kickstarter? We need to create all of the sprite assets, we need to put more music into the game, we need to create hundreds of different little quests that you may encounter as you're roaming around the world. But most importantly, what we really need is just time to polish the game and to finish everything that's in it and to really make sure that the game is as good as we want it to be. Thanks for watching, Donate, and I hope we get the chance to make this game for you. Thanks!